Thanks, baby. Let's do it. Well, damn, you look so good. Laying there wearing nothing but my t-shirt. Your body's a neighborhood. Wanna drive my lips all around it, 'cause I'm holding my breath, wondering when you're gonna wake up in my arms. Head on my chest, our hearts beating. I can't wait to kiss you each morning. It's strawberry sky, 'cause I get so lost in your blueberry eyes. I'm running through my dreams too. See you in my life, 'cause I get so lost in your blueberry eyes.
What's up, you guys? It's your boy Martin, and it's been a fat minute. So, a lot of things have happened and excited to share with y'all. First things first, I finally got COVID, and I had it at the most inconvenient time, which was during my last week of my first placement. And I was gonna film and record my placement for you guys, but then I got COVID and I couldn't film. So my video got thrown out the window. So I figured the next best thing would be to actually post a what's in my bag video instead. And yeah, excited to show you guys what's in my bag. So just finished placement and I'm walking home right now. I'll catch you guys back at my place in a bit. I think I got the wrong place. There we go. So, what's in my bag? But before we start, cue the B-roll. So how I'm going to split up is basically into two chunks. The first chunk is things I use more so on placement. The next part is just everything else pretty much. All right, so first up, my bag. So right now I'm using the North Face Recon, and I've had it since I've had it for years, to be honest. I've had it since 2018. So it's been what, 4 years pretty much. And solid backpack, gotta say. There's a little bit of fraying here and there, but the function is still there. All the zippers work fine still. I think all the zippers are YKK, so it's pretty good quality. And yeah, overall, I still like the look of it. Solid backpack, I'd recommend. Next up, we have our trusty stethoscope. So I didn't know this prior to starting physiotherapy school, but physiotherapists play a pretty big role in respiratory diseases like COPD. And so we use stethoscopes for our assessments prior and after our treatments, just so that we can listen to the lobes of the lungs to check whether or not our treatment was effective, as well as see where the fluid buildup is within the lungs. And so next up, we have goggles. And I'd have them with me right now, but I left them at my placement. So with COVID and everything going on, we usually carry goggles when we see our patients, just as an extra safety precaution in case anything happens. We also wear N95 masks, but the hospital supplies them, so I don't really carry them around. Next up, I have my trusty notebook. I basically bring it everywhere with me on the wards and in the study rooms, and write whatever I need in the notebook just to refer to, whether it be something my supervisor has told me, or if I need to jot down some key information my patients told me. And with the notebook, I have my trusty pen. And I lost my pen. The amount of times I've lost my pen while on placement is crazy. I usually have to bring extra pens just in case. And when I enter patients' rooms, I usually don't bring my notebook with me, just for sanitary reasons, because I'm carrying my notebook around everywhere. And so I'll just bring a pen and I'll write down my patient's heart rate, blood pressure, and all the important information on my forearm, just so I can have it as an easy reference instead of having to keep like all the numbers in my head. And next up, I have my trusty name tag. You might be wondering why there's these stickers over here. I don't know if you can see. Focus, there we go. And so basically, every day we go into placement, we usually have a sticker for the day. We put that sticker on our name tag just to show that we've signed in and we don't have any COVID symptoms. I've built up a hefty amount of stickers with my placements and it's just gonna keep growing. Next up, I have my card pass, and here it is. I obviously have to blur it out for privacy reasons, but yeah, it's cool. It has a picture of me, my name, my designation or title, and my New South Wales health number. I usually use it to tap and get access to the equipment room and enter some of the student rooms or some of the studies. And you guys are probably wondering, do I bring a laptop? And I don't, because we have computers at the placements, and whenever we need to search something up, my supervisor is pretty lenient and lets us search things up on our phone. And a lot of the documentation that we do after seeing our patients, we usually just do it on the computers that they have. But yeah, I think that is all for placement things. And now for everything else. And next up, I have my chapstick and my sanitizer. There's plenty of hand sanitizer at the hospitals. Literally at like every patient's door, there's hand sanitizer. I usually just carry hand sanitizer with me in my bag from when I'm commuting from home to work and work back to home pretty much. Next up, I have my trusty water bottle. I've had this water bottle for 5 years and it's held the test of time. It's a 1 liter blender bottle and it is a bit on the bigger side, and I think it's really handy just because I don't have to fill up water that often and I can just keep on chugging away at the water. And it's pretty useful because I can use it as a blender bottle as well for when I want to make protein shakes after the gym. Blender bottles are very sturdy and I would recommend them to anyone. Affiliate links in the description box below. So when I'm commuting from home to placement and placement back to home, I usually run errands on the train as well as I read. And the book I'm currently reading is You Can Negotiate Anything by Herb Cohen. And I've heard it's a pretty good book. I haven't really read too much into it. It's just more the intro. So far, it's a pretty interesting book. It's nice to be able to find some time to read, and I usually read, but once I get a bit busier, then I struggle to find time to read. And it's nice to have some downtime during the commute just to be able to read and focus on other things. And in addition to reading, I also listen to music. And so what I use is the Samsung Buds Pro 2, 3, 1. We'll go with the Samsung Galaxy Buds 2. And so I got it in the purple colorway. I don't know about you, but this is a really nice purple and I rate it. And so I just listen to music sometimes when I'm reading, or just listen to music by itself, or call people on the way to work. I'm not an audiophile, and I mean, no complaints, hasn't really failed me. Yeah. And next up is something I haven't really used up until I started placement, and that would be my Samsung watch. And I wear this on placement and it's really convenient. And I'm able to use it to time patients when we're doing specific tests, as well as set timers for myself just to make sure I'm being time efficient. And it just gives me a heads up in terms of what notifications I have, because I'm not always on my phone, so it's good to be able to have that convenience, I'd say. And I wasn't a really big watch person, to be honest, before starting placement, and especially not the smartwatches. Like, this is the first smartwatch I've gotten. Yeah, I don't know, it's sort of growing on me, like just the functionality and convenience that it has. And yeah, in terms of functionality, it can count my steps. And one thing you'll realize if you do placements, is that you rack up a lot of steps. Like, no kidding. Every day I average like 15,000 steps. And it's good if like getting your steps in is your goal. And placement just keeps you on your feet pretty much. And last but not least, I guess you could say this one is for placement as well, but it's a mix of both, I'd say. And last but not least, it'd be my phone. So On placement, we use our phone quite a bit, and not for the reasons you're thinking, but in terms of just searching up things that we need on the spot. It's rare that you'll have a computer right beside you when you need it, because it's probably taken up by someone else. And a lot of the times when you're on placement, you're not always going to be with your supervisor, and you just go about seeing your patients. Sort of feels like you're a physio, which is pretty cool. And sometimes when you see patients, things might not go as planned. When you get little hiccups, or when you get new information that's pretty important that you want to let your supervisor know before starting your treatment, then at least for me, my supervisor gave me their contact information so that I would be able to text them or call them if need be, or if I needed to tell them something urgent or mention a change of plans for the treatment plan for my patient. I mean, you might want to check with your supervisor first, but the 2 supervisors that I had, they mentioned that it's fine to use your phone. But yeah, that is all that's in my bag pretty much. Leave a like, comment what your favorite item was. I don't know. And subscribe if you like the video. Stay tuned for more videos, and I'll catch you guys next time.